High in the northern mountains, where the cliffs sliced into the sky and the winds whispered ancient secrets, there lived an old eagle named Azeron. For decades, Azeron had ruled the skies, fearless, sharp-sighted, and proud. His wings once carried him above storms. His cry could echo across the valley like thunder. But time, as it does with all creatures, began to change him. His feathers grew heavy and ragged. His beak, once sharp as the blade of a sword, curved so far inward it made hunting difficult. Worse, the strength in his wings began to weaken. Azeron no longer soared above the clouds. He glided low, tired, sometimes barely able to lift himself from the ground. One cold morning, after failing to catch a mountain hare, Azeron landed on a lonely cliff. His chest heaved from exhaustion. He looked down at his reflection in a frozen pool. Dull eyes, bent beak, worn feathers. Is this how my story ends? He wondered. For a long time he watched the sky where younger eagles danced with the wind. He felt a sense of loss, not for the strength he once had, but for the purpose he felt fading away. The mountain elder. Later that week, an ancient eagle known as the mountain elder visited Azeron. No one knew how old she was. Her feathers were silver, yet her eyes burned with fire. The elder perched beside him and said, "Azeron, you have flown far and fought long, but every eagle must choose, fade away slowly, or be reborn with pain and courage." Azeron tilted his head. "Reborn? I am too old." The elder shook her wings. "Age is not your enemy, fear is. There is a process, a harsh one, but those who endure it live again with wings stronger than before." Azeron hesitated. "And if I fail?" Her eyes softened. "Then you will fail with honor, fighting for your own rebirth." Something inside Azeron stirred an ember, glowing once more. "Tell me what I must do." The painful renewal. The elder led him to the highest, most hidden nest among the cliffs, an ancient place where eagles came only when rebirth was needed. "There," the elder said, "to fly again, you must first break what has grown weak." Azeron trembled. "Break? We must tear out every worn feather. Break your beak against the stone so a new one can grow. Scratch off the dead scales from your talons. It will hurt, Azeron, but on the other side of pain is power." Azeron stood silently. The wind howled around him, as if it too pushed him toward a choice. Finally, he nodded. "I will endure." 40 days of pain for the first time in years. Azeron stayed grounded. He faced the stone wall. One strike, a sharp crack of pain spread through his skull. Another strike, blood trickled from the edge of his beak. Strike after strike until pieces of the old, curved beak fell to the ground like broken armor. Then came the feathers. Hour by hour, day by day, he pulled them out, each tug a spark of agony. Winter winds cut into his bare skin. Rain stung like needles. Nights froze his bones. But still, he continued. After his feathers were gone, he scraped off the old scales from his talons. Each movement felt like tearing away a part of his past. Many times he wanted to give up. Many times he collapsed, shivering, hungry, exhausted. But whenever the pain became too much, he remembered the sky, that vast kingdom that once belonged to him, and slowly, new feathers began to grow, strong, dark, shining under the morning sun. His beak regenerated, sharp and powerful. His talons grew back, curved and deadly. After 40 days, Azeron stood at the cliff again, no longer an old eagle, but a renewed warrior. "The flight of rebirth," the elder returned. "You have endured the fire," she whispered. "Now, fly." Azeron spread his new wings. They felt unfamiliar, light but strong, like they carried the breath of the mountain itself. He leaped. For a moment, gravity pulled him downward. Then the wind, gentle, warm, slid beneath his wings. Azeron rose. Higher, higher, higher. He broke through the clouds into a world painted gold by the sunrise. The mountains below looked small again, like they had in his youth. Azeron cried out, a powerful, renewed cry that echoed across the skies. He had been broken, and he had rebuilt himself, not in spite of pain, but through it. The legacy years passed. Young eagles came and went, but the legend of Azeron the eagle, who chose rebirth, spread across the valley. Whenever a young bird felt worn down by life, they were told, "Remember Azeron, strength is not born, it is remade." And high above, with a wingspan larger than ever, Azeron continued to fly among the clouds, strong, wise, unstoppable. Summary message. The story teaches us that sometimes life requires us to let go of the old parts of ourselves, habits, fears, doubts, in order to grow stronger. Transformation is painful, but necessary. True strength comes not from avoiding hardship, but from rebuilding ourselves with courage and discipline. Like the eagle, we rise highest after we survive the hardest storms.